characters?
That was a nice little teaser. I can tell you about one, which we're debuting shortly. As you know, one of the things that we try and do when creating a new character is like see what gaps we might be missing and then what we could fill. As Reverse Flash in the first season, we weren't going to do that in the second season, but I thought, you know what, he was like a giant antagonist in season 1. It would be nice to have a daily antagonist. Enter Harry, who was like a bit of a jerk, you know, and social graces, didn't have him, kind of mean, you know, but ultimately, good guy, helpful. And then the next season, we thought, you know, we could amp up the comedy a little bit, and that was HR, who Harry hated because he thought he was an idiot. HR, that Harry was the best thing ever. And then this year, we thought, you know what, I wouldn't necessarily it's a combination, but I think like there's room for that comedic element as well as room for the intelligence that Harry has. But maybe if the guy, one thing you could rely on is Harry, you could trust him. He didn't care what anybody thought. He was just going to do what he thought was right. And so if we had a guy that could be that with that level of intelligence and maybe not do always what's right or not able to be trusted all the time. So it's a Sherlock Wells character with it. We're trying to put that trope or myth or whatever you want to call it sort of on its ear a little bit. And so it'll be called Sherlock Wells, French. And I like, did you see that? French. Yeah, I think it's, I don't want to get ahead of myself because maybe you'll see it and judge it and go, that's terrible. But I'm looking forward to it.
Great.
Has it been difficult playing so many different versions of one character? Or has it been just like the best thing?
No, it'd be obnoxious to go like keep them separate, you know, and they have different actors. Like, no, if you're fortunate enough to be on a long-running show, which looks like a Flash, generally you're going to be assigned a character. And what's nice about being on a show that's part of this superhero genre is like, you know, there aren't kind of no rules. We can just keep, you know, we have a multiverse. We created that idea of a multiverse, and allows us free reign, and me in particular, to get to do character after character. Even as the show is the same, the guys all have the same name, but the character reinvention or invention is something that I've, you know, doing this for almost professionally, anyways, 30 years, never seen anything like that. For myself to be able to check that box, it's spectacular. It's a real privilege.
Are we going to see you directing this season?
Question.
Yeah, I'm going to direct the, I guess I should leave with the 100th episode.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Congrats.
So, say that after you see it. You know, so, but I'm very much looking forward to it. You know, my overall rule when directing the show is like basically they're all so incredible, they're such good humans, and they're so incredibly talented. Essentially, it's just like, try not to mess it up. You know, point the camera at them and get out of the way. So, yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cheers. Cheers.
How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Grant,
Get
you guys
out of
haven't
here.
done any plays.
Exhausted.
That guy, right?
I know all of us
Trying to
have
figure out
this
which
on
wells
you
to
for
hate.
this one.
Yeah. All of them.
Okay, so Nora enters Barry and Iris's life.
Yeah.
Barry finds out he's dead, and she made a big mistake time traveling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Just stated a bunch of facts.
yeah, so Barry and Nora's dynamic,
Yeah,
and
no, it's,
how he takes it.
I think initially the first thing, you know, obviously a little skepticism because we've had, you know, people walk in and say like, hey, I'm this person, and then they're not, like, you know. But I think we're kind of both operating under the kind of just feeling that she's gut instinct tells us this is our daughter. It just feels like it is. And I think Iris is really excited that she's here and just wants to connect with her, and she seems great, and she's a speedster, and it's exciting. But I think Barry is a little more worried about why she's here, because I feel like I probably would have taught her to like not time travel. So it's a little concerning that she's here. It almost makes me wonder Barry wonder what the state of things are in the future. If, you know, if Iris and Barry are both around. So I don't know. It's all kinds of feelings, you know.
So as an actor, what's it been like for you to explore, this new aspect of fatherhood?
It's been fun. It's been less like fatherhood, to be honest, and I think he's going to feel at least more like a mentor, kind of. But Jessica, to her, like it is dad. She is kind of playing the daughter kind of role, and but it's just kind of surreal to Barry, So I think we've just finished episode 1, we're just starting episode 2, and at this point I think he's still just kind of digesting it all. But also, I'm worried about it. I mean, he had like these powers in time travel have kind of dictated everything in his life and robbed things from him. I mean, he grew up without his mom because of these powers and because of time travel, and that's why he grew up with his dad in prison. I think now he's a little worried that this, her being here now could rob him of whatever the family dynamic is in the future. I mean, because if she makes a mistake or says the wrong thing, she might not even exist in the future, So he's, I think, a little worried about having kind of something else stolen from him because of the supernatural.
In the comics, Barry and Iris's daughter is even faster than Wally. Okay. At some point, is there going to be like a father and daughter foot race, like how we see parents running with their kids? Like how far into the season do we have to wait for it?
We see us...
because we saw the cliffhanger.
We see us running together actually pretty early on. It's not necessarily like a race or whatever. Barry is at kind of like at this point like leaps and bounds. I think stronger and like with an understanding of what his powers are and how to use them. And we'll see them kind of be speedsters together for sure, though. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Good to see you.